Hi guys, so today we're gonna do a little beach wave spiral perm. So I did this half for an example so I can take it out at the end, right? So you can see your beautiful work. I started on the back, so right here, just cut it down the middle, side to side. I just didn't do these two sides. So 1, 2, 3. See the nice sections? This wide, 2 and 3 going up. So there's my clipped off area. I've got 3 rows left on this side. I'm just going to explain to you guys how I'm doing this. All right, so watch and learn. All right, there we go. Hair's out of the way. So as I begin, I'm going to make sure that I'm rolling all of my ones that are in front of her forward. With this beachy wave perm set, like a shampoo set, she wants to wear it for a couple days. She just got her 90-degree haircut in the last video. So now we're at the end of her session and she wants just a little bit of more of a style to her hair because she has maybe that much of a wave. She wants more of style for a couple days. So I told her I could actually create her style with a little perm rod. So I've selected, I'm going to use the peachy, and then orange. And then on the very top section, I'm going to use their teal. So pretty big in diameter there. But all in all, it's going to be a great size for her and her length. I don't want to go too much bigger because there is our black rods, but I don't want to end up giving her too much of a curl. She just wants that beachy wave look, that little bend in her hair that she can wear for a couple days. So now that I prep my area, I got that mousse on there. I'm holding that tension in the hair and I'm pressing it down how I want it to lay. So I'm taking that comb from the scalp all the way through the hair. I'm going to grab my rod. I'm going to use the opposite of that one. Hold on to those ends, but not wrap them. It's almost like a piggyback. If you've ever wrapped a piggyback perm, you don't use end papers on the piggyback perms on one of the rods. You do on the other one. Only on ends do you use end papers. So we're not really on her ends. We're not going to leave her fish hooks or anything like that. It's actually quite nice just hanging out there like it is. All right, getting my next section prepped. I'm taking probably, around that size of a section because I don't want to give her too much of a curl. I just want to give her that beachy wave look. All right, getting some mousse on there, getting it prepped, combing it all the way through to the ends, comb that scalp all the way through how I want it to lay, put that tension on the hair, grab that rod the opposite way, anchor those ends in your thumb or however you want to do it. Hold on to them, turn it one more time right there, and then secure the top. And then just let it be. All right, moving on to my next section. I'm going to split this into 2 here. All right, and a little bit of that mousse prepped area. Coming all the way from the scalp, all the way to the ends. Tension, lots of tension. I'm going to switch that rod up to the orange. Anchor those ends in and turn. Hold on to the ends, turn, and then lock that at the top. Let it down. Let it flip out. Whatever it wants to do, right? Easy peasy. All right, so next little section. Try to keep your sections clean and neat because it's going to be easier for you to do that. You just saw my little mishap there. Get that area prepped, that tension on the hair, slide it down, grab a different rod, go the opposite way, hold on to those ends, wrap around, and secure. You want to make sure that that band isn't going to leave a mark in the hair either. So if you need to, pull it down like that, secure it. It's not going to leave a band in the hair. It's good to go. Alright, next section before the top. I took a bigger section with the top because I'm using a bigger rod. But this size section, probably an inch. There. And then I'm taking probably an inch and a half of that section into my perm rod. Alright, section ready and prepped. Comb from the scalp down and rod. I want to do a different rod, so this way I'm having them all go towards or away from the face. She doesn't want it hanging out in her face, so all the front rods will go back. My next rod I'm going to take forward, area prepped with that foam, put that comb from the scalp, comb that all the way to the ends, a different rod, secure those ends, and nice and smooth, bring that up from the back. That was a little sloppy, but that's okay, I went up too far. There we go. It's fine now. Alright, and next one we got here. I'll go with this. I've got one section left on the top, so taking a little bit wider of a section, combing that out, put that tension on there. Grabbing that rod, go the opposite way. Clean and neat in your ways. Lots of tension, otherwise you're going to have some popping out from the top, and then secure that. Let the ends just fall where they will. Alright, next section on the top. You want to make sure that your hair is combed through completely, from the scalp all the way down to the ends. Because that's going to be easier for you guys to get those rods on there and really not leave those indentions of the bands, or let's say you took too wide of a section or something like that. The hair wants to lay evenly. Okay? So as even as we can get it to lay, it's going to be even better for us. Alright, combing that product in all the way through to the ends. Don't really need it up at our scalp because I'm not putting that whole curl at the scalp. So I'm combing that product from the mid shaft down to the ends. Alright, she's entangled now. I want to get my section, make sure that I'm rolling this away from the scalp. I want to make sure that I'm kind of going in with the opposite side too. So as much as I can, keep it as even as I can. So you see how this is laying? I'm going to lay this one the exact same way. Okay, comb that product all the way through. Put that tension on the fingers and the ends, holding on to. Make sure you don't get any fish hooks. Hold on. I don't want any fish hooks. Tension, wrap, and hold, and secure. So I want them to kind of lay at the same height. So as much as you can, make sure you're right there. Okay, moving on to my next section. I'm going to turn her just a little bit, get that out of my area. A little bit of my product on that. Comb from the scalp down, put tension on that, grab my rod. I'm going to go this one towards the scalp, or towards the face. Secure those ends, push around, down, and done. Cap it. Secure it. Done. The band's not getting into the hair or anything like that, so it's not going to be a problem with that. I'm going to split this into two. Comb from the scalp down, get a little bit of that product into that area right there. So nice and neat, firm pressure. I'm going to go back on this one. Lots of tension on that hair, holding on to that end, and then pop the top. Alright, back last piece right here. Alright, right in the middle. I'm going to take this down this way, push that down. I went back on this one, so I'll go forward on this one. Holding on to those ends, securing them, wrap that rod around, and pop the top on. Ends are out. Alright, now she is Spiral Beach Wave. Cool, right? Alright, now this side's probably a little bit drier. I'm going to start from the bottom. I'm going to take some of these out. Alright, got a little bit of a curl there. It's a little wet, but that's okay. I'll do a few. I just want to show you guys a little bit. So, there's one. That one's a little wet. There we go. Alright. So just a little bit for you. Preview what they're going to look like when they come out. Remember, mine are still a little bit wet, so I'll pop those back in there and let them dry. But that's kind of like the wave that I'm looking for. Out of her face. She's going to go home, let the ends out, and be all beachy peasy. Any questions? I think it's pretty self-explanatory. You know, just hold on to those ends, secure them in, make sure you're not leaving a line. I just put that on the wrong side, but that's okay. Learning lesson, right? Just secure them in there, make sure those ends are out. You're not going to leave a band or anything in her hairline. You're good to go. Right. I like to leave my ends at the bottom. My little tabbers. Ends out. Easy peasy, little work. Gotta put these back in because they're not so much dry yet, but once they're dry, you guys will see the final result. Right. Any questions? can't ask you questions because you're not here. I'm sorry. Hope you like my video and come back and see me. Thank you.